All right, let's wrap up Descartes. We go through all the doubts. We're trying to distinguish between what we can't be wrong about and what we can be wrong about. Not that we don't know anything beyond what we can't be wrong about, but if we're trying to figure out how to find truth, let's find what we can't be wrong about, right? So, clear it all away. My senses could be deceiving me. This whole reality could be a dream. This whole reality could be fed to me by some evil demon. Now, I don't, other than my senses deceiving me, I don't have good reason to think any of those things are true, but I don't know that they're false, so I can't find certainty through my senses. I can't find certainty through my experience. Where do I look for certainty? First spot you find for Descartes, I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum. Even if I am, actually this is how St. Augustine puts it, if I am deceived, then I exist. You cannot be wrong when you think that you exist. So Descartes is looking for indubitability. He's looking for the certainty that you cannot doubt. First thing, you exist. I cannot doubt that I exist as the one having these experiences. If we really want to talk about to the extent to which we can doubt that, we can talk about it, asking the questions, and we can talk about it as a separate thing. But that's not what's important here. Okay, so the first thing you find, you exist. Move forward. Let's think about this thing that I know for a fact. What do I know about it? I don't know that I exist as a physical body. I don't know that I exist as a human being. I know that I exist as a thing with experiences. I know I exist as the person living this life, as the person experiencing this room. Not as the body, but as the mind. I know I exist as a thinking thing. So I know that I'm a thinking thing. Probably, but I don't know this yet, I'm also a body. I'm also a human. Probably, but for this exercise of trying to only believe the things that I know to be certain, I know that I exist as a thinking thing, and I'm still doubting everything else. Where do I find more truth? Ultimately, Descartes needs to prove that God exists. That God exists is a bridge from the world as it exists in your mind to the world as it exists outside of your mind. For Descartes, once you can prove that there is a omnipotent being who designed your mind, then, well, sure, I can trust it. I can trust my experiences. I can trust my complicated reasoning. God wouldn't have created me such that I'm mistaken every time I try. There's got to be a way that if I use my mind right, I can discover truth. Gotta be a way. People will still argue. Alvin Plantinga still argues that without knowing that there's a God, without knowing that you are that this thinking machine is created by a being that knows what it's doing, you have no reason to believe that you can have any knowledge whatsoever. Interesting argument, but here's the thing. If all you know, if all you have confidence in at the moment is the certainty of your experience, the contents of your mind, and I don't know if it really represents reality the way it is, you won't be able to prove that God exists. Descartes tries, right? In the third meditation, Descartes gives a proof that God exists. And there's a way that you can see it where to his satisfaction, it makes sense. But it's the least convincing classic, I mean, it's not classic, it's early modern, but it's the least convincing of the proofs of the existence of God that you're likely to go through in a philosophy course. It's real bad. But of course it's real bad. What does he have to use, right? I'm a being that has thoughts and experiences. That's what he knows. So I know the contents of my mind. How is he going to go from that to, oh, obviously there's a God? That the proof he comes up with is real bad. It's not that surprising, okay? And that doesn't mean that there's not a God. And right, it just means, hey, if you're really trying to follow Descartes, I mean, if you want a Meditation 3 video, I'll give you a Meditation 3 video. But if you're really wanting to follow Descartes in this program of how much certainty am I capable of, you kind of get off at, I exist in the contents of my mind. Now, you do get a little bit more for Descartes, right? We talked about those mathematical truths. 2 plus 2 is 4. I can't be wrong about that either. Triangles have 3 sides. I can't be wrong about that either, because it's reasoning without steps. But you still... It's not that you can be wrong about it, but for all you know, until you prove that God exists, all of these necessary truths are like unicorns have horns. That unicorns have horns is a necessary truth, right? If something doesn't have a horn, it is not a unicorn. But there are no unicorns. So triangles have 3 sides. Descartes knows that that's true, but it might be true about this chimera that an evil demon has like created to shape your experience, right? It could be true as part of the illusion. And maybe there's no such thing as the triangle at all. It's invented to inform your experience. It's invented to be part of your hallucination of reality. So you know that you exist. You know, all right, the details of your experience are kind of bare to you. And that's kind of as far as this project of pure certainty, indubitability exists. So, what does Descartes teach us? He's trying to teach us what certainty looks like. And if we take this idea of what certainty looks like and try to stick to the indubitable, we're going to notice just how little truth that we have access to this way. Maybe we need to think about truth a little bit bigger than that. Maybe not. Maybe there's another way to truth that we're going to talk about next.